Hello everybody, it's me, Galactic Console. I just wanted to say that this video is probably the most disturbing video that I've ever made in a while, and here's the reason why. So there's this person called Spinel Studios that has that if you don't know who Spinel Studios is, he is a terrible mouse. He's a terrible mouse community kind of person, and he basically ships characters with each other, but what you don't know is the dark side of Spinel Studios, which I will cover that in the video. Anyway, if you literally want more video, if y'all want more videos about Spinel or somebody else, or even Lele, just like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get to the video.
Spinel Studios. Spinel Studios is a channel that makes stick noodle animation with Rona versus other random characters, and he has gained popularity and intensive support. Today we have very bad news. This is not from 7 or 8 months ago, but from this year, 2026. Spinel has been shipping himself with 2 minors, being the age of 13 and 14. He had drawn himself having sexual intercourse with the minor, Garamani, and admits it in different places. Spinel has also said the N-word, and I have proof. Spinel used Epstein as his profile picture, making jokes about it. And he had also used a profile with Not Safe for Work of Blue Snow and Luke, which are siblings and underage. Also notice how he is obsessed with Garamani, obsessed with the minor. And he would take someone's OC and pretend to be them. Not to mention he drew porn of his terrible mouse OC with other people's OCs without permission.
Today, I want to talk about Spinel Studios. If you don't know who that is, he's a TM Stickman animator. He's known for making TM Stickman animations, which he got a huge fan base over it. This is where it gets disgusting. Before we do that, we must go way back to 2025, where he announced his very own Discord server. So then I joined and made quite a few friends on there. Until a couple of weeks later, someone infamous joined, and that someone was Lahili. She was known for disgusting stuff, but the worst part is that Spinel didn't do anything to fix it. We beg and beg and beg for her to be banned. And the reason why she even stayed, because he liked her, trying to excuse her actions. But she was banned, eventually, thank God. Then, another drama happened. This time, he got caught by Garmony for making nsfw art of her own, which she was a minor, keep that in mind. Spinel tried to apologize for his actions, which seems to be working on her. But then, another month passes by. This is where it gets truly disgusting. Spinel has been caught using an Epstein and nsfw of Blue. Here's proof. Remember the Garmony drama? Well, he also sent his fanbase to go attack him. His fanbase is also toxic and weird.
Spinel Studios is a famous stick nodes and terrible mouse animation channel, currently sitting at 70,000 subscribers. He's famously known for making terrible mouse animations in stick nodes, but under his fame, he hides a dark secret, and one he tries extremely hard to hide. To begin, let's take a look at his community posts. In his latest post, he wrote this. Now what exactly is the problem with that? The problem is that most of his audience are minors, and some are under the age of 15. Although, while he tried to explain that his content is not for kids, it still is not enough to shoo the kids away. But does it get worse? Yes, it does. In his server called Spinel Productions Hangout Club, shortened to SPHC, we can see him making a lot of dirty jokes on people's OCs. Now the problem with this is that majority of the people who make those OCs is under 18, while Spinel himself is confirmed to be an adult. But is that actually the worst thing he's done? Nope, not even close. Back in January and February of this year, his server had a fully dedicated nsfw channel. In this channel, not only he let people as young as 14 enter the channel, but he also made an nsfw of a famous artist named Garmany. Now, while I am not gonna show it to you, this resulted in Garmany ending her friendship with Spine. But Spine, instead of accepting that Garmany doesn't want to be his friend and moving on, he kept saying how he misses his friendship and that he wants Garmany to be his friend again. Oh, and one more thing I found is that before he even found out the things Sela did, he also made an SFW out of her too, which is actually a bit disgusting since Sela was exposed basically before she even entered the terrible mouse community. Now, he did make an apology for that, and I believed him at first, but then I dug deeper and found a lot more evidence. He allegedly made another NSFW picture back in May of this year.
Alright, we're gonna be talking about Spinel Studios, or Spinel, or whatever you want to call him. So, I've been hearing a lot of things about Spinel Productions or Studios. Apparently, Spinel Studios or Productions or whatever you want to call him is a stigma YouTuber that's a part of the Terrible Mouse community, and yes, you might think that that somebody like that's innocent, but what I'm about to tell you is going to be pretty disturbing. First of all, let me just point this out. He is friends with somebody who was exposed by Pdld and many other people, called Zila, aka Lele, which, by the way, I'm gonna make a video on Lele later. But Lele is a lot, and I mean a lot worse than Spinel Productions. Anyway, let's get to talking about Spinel. Spinel basically was making pedophilic jokes and sending CP and literally making a rule on a server, basically saying that if people talk about his past, they would either get kicked or banned from the server for just mentioning his past mistakes. Not only just to mention, he tries to silence people, and basically Pdld basically gave Spinel a choice. Literally, Spinel took the obvious choice that cowards make. The choices were keep Pdld in the server and talk about it, or have Pdld get kicked from the server and prove Pdld's point, or should I say, everybody else's point that everybody else was making. Not only just to mention, he put this in his community post, and you're probably like, dude, what's wrong with that? What y'all don't know is that most of his audience are fucking minors. And he's basically doing that. And he can say all he wants that that content's not for kids, but here's the thing: some kids don't even fucking listen to warnings like that. Some kids actually are curious about videos with warnings like that. So that's not good enough to shoo the kids away. But does it get worse? Oh hell yeah, it does. On this server called Spinel Animations Hangout Club, he was literally, which by the way has people under the age of 15. Scratch that, the age of 10, minors. And not to mention, this dude's Spinel Productions is literally 18 years old, and he was making dirty jokes in the server. Not only just to mention that he back in January or February, he had a dedicated nsfw channel that he literally allowed people at the age of 14 join the channel, and he was making nsfw art of this one creator called Garmony. And this resulted in Garmony ending her friendship with Spine, but Spinel Productions was basically asking her to be his friend again, but Garmony wouldn't have it with him. And one more thing, before he basically found out what Zila, aka Lele, did, he basically made nsfw of Zila. Not only just that, but Spinel Productions tried to apologize to Pdld, make an apology, and my buddy Pdld basically believed it at first, but he did some more digging and found that he made more nsfw right after his quote unquote apology. And Spinel was trying really hard to try to hide this, but obviously Spinel did a very bad job hiding it. And not only just to mention that nsfw picture that I just showed was made in May of this year or last year. And this also led to him being controversial inside the Terrible Mouse community. And the way he deals with his consequences is just pathetic, and he is very immature as well. And every time he tried to argue about it, he was digging his grave deeper. And for y'all to keep in mind in these screenshots that I'm showing right now, at the time of those screenshots, Spinel was still 18, a legal adult. Another thing that me and Pdld noticed what was he tries Spinel tries very hard to try to make people forget about his past dramas by making this rule in his server, basically saying if you mention past dramas, you'll get banned. And that's proof of him basically trying to silence people who mention stuff about him. Anyway, I'm gonna pass the mic to Pdld and let him talk a little bit. This is actually a part in his video, but still. There's some things that need to be said, and he is talking to Spinel when he's saying this, which granted he isn't as bad as Lele, but he is friends with Lele, so let's get to it.
And Spinel, if you're watching this, you have disappointed me, man. You are better than this. I know you're going through a hard time in life right now, but this is not, and I mean not, the way to cope with your difficulties. Let go of the past, man. Honestly, if you haven't done all of that shit in the past, you would have been in a better state than the one you're currently in. If you haven't made those nsfw arts of Garmony, she would still be one of your best friends. Think of what you could have done to prevent being in the state that you are right now. You're an adult, Spinel, a full-on adult. You should start getting your act together and train yourself to be mature, because if you're pushing 25 years old and you still are immature, then nobody will want to hang out with you, and I do not care if you ban me from your server, because if you do, it will just prove one of my points that not only you are immature, but that you're also afraid of facing the consequences. You either have two options. You still let me be in the server and we talk this out, or you ban me and be known by everybody as the guy who's afraid of facing the consequences. Choose wisely.
The choice that Spinel chose was on the right, and not only just to mention, Pdld basically had a conversation with Spinel, and this is the conversation that they had. Not only just to mention that the thing is, he was basically making nsfw stuff without all these artists' consent. And I'm gonna let Pdld play a Pdld video. This is the third video he made on Spinel, and I'll talk about something afterwards. All right, let's get to it.
So I actually wasn't initially planning to make a third video on the Spinel Studios situation, but after I got tipped off about some things I will explain in a minute, I knew I could not let this slide. So first, he hit up my DMs and started all of a sudden arguing with me over Gory helping me make the video. It got so bad to the point where he suddenly began crashing out on me and even began speaking in Portuguese. He was making stuff up on how the past two videos I made on him are quote-unquote psychological torture, and how I was an attention seeker when all I did was make two videos on him. Then, when I said for him to let me enjoy my midnight and leave me alone, he finally just snapped and he said he was going to make me quote-unquote suffer the same way he did by telling everyone on his server I was a hypocrite. But the funny thing is that not only was he lying about me to his own channel members, but he was also trash talking about one of my OCs. Now okay, the situation stayed quiet for a while, but then, I got tipped off that Spinel allegedly made an nsfw art of his OC and another OC, and this without the artist's consent. Here's a screenshot of my friend DBE2 alerting the artist of what happened. One thing I don't know is if Spinel made it himself or if he asked another artist to do it for him, but one thing is for sure, the artist of the OC did not consent for her OC to be drawn in an nsfw artwork with Spinel's OC. And another update, Spinel said he's quitting for 1 to 4 months to kind of clear his mind. What I find funny about all of this is that Spinel has like 7.5 times more subscribers than I currently do, and he ends up crashing out over 2 videos I made, and failing to meet his own quota of making me suffer the same way he did. And that's everything I had to say today. Like and subscribe and bye-bye.
Okay, about, Spinel, basically crashing out, on Pdld in Portuguese. It actually happened. Here are the images that Pdld sent me in me and his DMs. So, and I know it's a lot, and I'm not gonna, and I'm not even showing all of them. I'm just showing some of them that that Pdld sent to me. By the way, and if y'all want to translate those, y'all can. If y'all want to know what those said, but for all I know, he was basically crashing out in Portuguese to Pdld. Not only just to mention that that a few weeks later, after Pdld made his video, fucking Spinel Productions basically made a video of his very own, basically trying to do the same thing he always does, trying to make people forget about the past by making false ass fucking fucking conclusions. He still does this stuff. He literally apologized once, and Pdld believed him at first, and Pdld found out he was doing something right afterwards. So why should we trust Spinel Productions now? Kind of sounds a little suspicious, don't you think? And here's proof that that Spinel basically made a video basically trying to put all the allegations put against him to rest. But the thing is, those allegations are true, and he tried to say as much stuff as he needed to make those allegations basically go away. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.